What's up, everybody? It's the Mad Hatter reporting live from Ground Zero. Today, we're going to talk about the Olympics and kind of how America is representing itself in this particular situation with the American swimmer Lilly King. Um, so, the backstory of this is that Lilly King was swimming against Yulia Efimova, 24, of Russia. Lilly King is 19 of Indiana, United States. So before the match, Lilly King is waving her finger, like Dikembe Mutombo style, in front of this woman's face. Which is kind of like, okay, that's cool. You're a little competitive, overboard a little bit, but you're competitive. So if you don't know why she's doing that, it's because Yulia Efimova of Russia was caught with performance-enhancing drugs twice. So the first time she was caught, they deemed it, what do you even call it? They basically deemed it an accident. Like she didn't intend to do that. So she was supposed to get suspended for 2 years. She was only suspended for 16 months. The second time she got hit with it, she was using this drug that a lot of Eastern Europeans use for their heart that was legal at the time, but the council of the Olympics or whatever you call it, the people who make the legislation, if that's what you want to call it, they deemed at the beginning of this year they deemed that drug to be illegal. So that was in her system as well. She makes the argument that hey, this was in my system, even though I quit by the time I knew about the deadline. And that is kind of a quick turnaround. She says that they basically tested her like 4 days later, um, or I don't have the exact number, but they basically tested her very quickly. So let me read you really quick what she says based on this. Okay, so her English is poor. It's not poor, but it's a little. She's learning the language. Let's just put it that way. She says, quote, I have once when I made mistakes and I have been banned for 16 months. For second time, it's not my mistake. Like, I don't know why actually I need to explain everybody or not. Like, if WADA say, the council, uh, if WADA say, like, tomorrow, stop, like, yogurt or nicotine or, I don't know, protein that every athlete use, and they say tomorrow now it's on the ban list and you stop, by this is but this is stay in your body like 6 months, and doping control is coming like after 2 months, tested you and you're positive, this is your fault. So that's her perspective of it. But Lilly King, she's talking a little shit, does her thing, wins the race, and she does very well. She gets the gold and she beasted. But then she does the thing where she's splashing around a little bit in the water, and she doesn't shake the hand of Yulia, and she disses her, and she's like, I have no time for cheaters. She's going around the news beating her chest metaphorically, and honestly, I think it's a bit too much. And King responds by saying that she's not a quote sweet little girl end quote. Well, that's obvious. You're a spoiled brat. I mean, being nice doesn't mean that you're weak. And again, this is like a typical thing of Americans, man. We think that everybody comes from the same circumstances. We're all put on the same level playing field, and we can't see nuance and gray area. And it's kind of unfortunate that she's representing us. Like in a big situation like this, on a world stage, when politics are involved, world leaders, like, you're 19, you don't really know what's going on. But maybe that's the thing. I just said it right there. She doesn't know what's going on. So she's saying stuff that I think is out of line, and it's not professional, and it's childish, And they say she's a gritty player, and that's how she's always been. I get that, but this is beyond being gritty. This is rubbing it in, and this is sticking your thumb in your opponent's eye, you know. And to wrap this up, Yulia grew up in war-torn Grozny, which is a former USSR territory. Uh, she was born there in 1992. So, she's here. She's in a different country. Again, she doesn't speak well. She's got to represent a dictator in Vladimir Putin. She's being a pawn for her government. So it's like cut her a little slack, man. I mean, she's still beasted. She got the silver, but I think this just goes to show, like, you got the Donald Trumps going on. You got these pompous figures. These people who don't back down, and it's not about backing down, but it's about being understanding, especially of your opponent. You know, like Mos Def said, as a nation, it's not really about a character of a great nation is not about how well you agree, but how well you disagree. Being able to play an opponent but still be respectful of that opponent is something that you know is missing, and it takes maturity. And it's just unfortunate to see Lilly King, who's a great athlete, have to stoop down to this, and do what she did. So that's where I want to leave that. Let me know what you guys think. Like this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs down. If you don't, leave a comment in the description. Tell me how you feel, and I'll catch you guys next time.